welcome back. Another day, another vlog. Let me just get the microphone on. Sorry, it's a little bit, I'm just trying to do something, so I wanted to have it all set up beforehand before I chatted to you. Well, I'm home and back. It's good to be back. Trying to get a bit organised, just haven't stopped since I got home, trying to just unpack all the bags, backup computer, backup SSD, all that sort of fun stuff that you probably don't normally do if you're a normal person, but I'm far from normal. Yeah, a couple of things. Always when I come home, I get the stuff I've sort of ordered over 2 weeks. It sort of turns up. Sort of you plan ahead. I sort of plan it, order it in that first week I'm away, and then it's normally, hopefully, it's here by this week. So that's all normally pretty cool. And what I did need is I got my new Legion Energy supplies in with a shaker, and it got a nice little pin. Actually, it's come up pretty good. Probably going to start wearing that one. I'll chuck that on the old shirt. Nice little Legion Energy little badge there. That's pretty cool. We'll whack that on. So thanks Legion Energy, that'll be good. I need that. I was just run out on the last night, so that couldn't be better timing. Now, other things I did get, my stickers. I'm going to have these up. So some 34 media stickers. These are little holographic ones. Not sure if you can see them. Got these to see how they go. I've got them small so you can sort of put them on your tripod and stuff. I don't know if they reflect with the light or anything. I guess we'll see it when it comes out on the video. But yeah, they look pretty cool. I'm really happy with them. Very nice. I got a bunch of them, so I'll have them for when we do our next giveaway. If we'll try that again soon, I think. So that's pretty cool. And I can whack a few on the tripod and stuff like that. And I've also got some iron-on transfers too. So for some shirts and bits and pieces and my bag, I wanted to put my logo and stuff in the bag. So that came out good. Other one which I'm pretty excited about, and that's why I've got this out. I might as well go through that first. Generally, if you're doing a frontwards vlog, when you're out shooting, and I've got this on a tripod, I can either use my wireless Go, which I use now, and that's why I've got this here set up. I've got a little lav mic coming to here. And then if you're doing any behind the camera sort of things, or you want sounds, I'll have this one, the Video Micro Go as well. So using two at once, you obviously can't do. There's only one plug into the side of the M50 in most cameras. So Rode has come out with a bit of a solution, and it's just been released. So I don't know, I haven't seen too many reviews on it, but this is the new SC11 splitter. So it's a TRS splitter cable connecting two mono outputs to a single stereo input. Particularly suitable for connecting two microphones to a single DSLR style camera. So if you're looking for, say, you want to have this one facing the rear, so you can have this, so while you're shooting you can be talking, and you may have your other wireless Go out on a person that you're interviewing, like an interview style setup, and you want to get lots of good sound on the one recording. This is what you need. So we can plug this in. I'll just open it, do a bit of a quick unboxing. Should be fairly easy. It's just basically a cable, but it's just a simple solution, I guess. There's probably other ways you could have done it, or some other ones around, but obviously I try to support locals, and Rode's a great Aussie company that's come out, and I know it's going to work. That's the other beauty of it. I don't have to think about it. I've already got the wireless Goes and the micros, and they work a treat. So that's really well wrapped. Get that thing off. Joys of no nails. So as you can see, it's got the one that goes, so these will go into your different units. So one will go into the back of the microphone, like such. I'll turn it around so you can actually see what I'm talking about. So I can plug one into the microphone, and then where my Rode Go is, I can plug that into there. And now I've got the two feeds coming in, and then that one cord can go straight into the M50. And now I can record forwards and rear with two quality microphones, which is sensational. When you're a one-man show, it makes it a hell of a lot better. So I can have this one come into me at the back, or I can have the wireless goes on me while I'm talking and shooting, and then I'm going to have this facing forward if I'm trying to get any sounds or anything from, say, waves or anything like that, or someone talking or anything like that. So a good little solution. I think it's about 25 bucks to buy. They're available, only just come out, so but they are available. And look, I only ordered that a week ago and it's already delivered, so no dramas at all there. So the SC11 from Rode, if you're looking to do a multi-microphone setup on your DSLR camera, definitely a super well-made, really neat and tidy, good option. Definitely give that a crack and suss that out. So that's all what that's all about. So yeah, I think it'll be quite handy actually. There's a few occasions where I've sort of tried to work out how I'm going to do sound, and sort of either you get good sound from the front or the back, or if you just want to isolate sound, or if I want to put the different sound facing off another way to say maybe get some animals or birds chirping, and then I can do a talk, and then you sort of get that sort of background noise as well. So that's another sort of thing. It's definitely got some good uses, and I think I'll definitely use it a fair bit. It'll probably actually sit on the camera most of the time, and if I'm not using one of the inputs, I can just go through the other one. So yeah, very, very cool, and light, easy to chuck in the bag. Cool. Right, next one we have. So we've had a couple of fun stuff. Stickers. I'm stoked about the stickers. They look really, really good. Now this is the other one I got. I think I talked to you last week about how the Vixia here was going. I'm like, it does. I'm pretty happy with the picture. I'm pretty happy with it overall. Is it as good as the M50? No. I didn't want to get another M50 and spend that sort of money, because I've been waiting for the new one to come out later this year, and I'm still sort of super mega hopeful that that's going to happen and it's going to be good. But I also wanted to try different options and see what's available, what I can do. We all know phone video and phone cameras are amazing. We've talked about the iPhone 12 and what about the 4K 120 and 240 frames a second video that's rumored for that. So, and that's what I'll be getting next. This thing's the iPhone 10. She's perfect nick, but contract's up, so I'm due for a new phone, so time to get another one. I can use this now for a video camera, which is very small and tiny, obviously a heap smaller than a Vixia, a heap smaller than a 50 or any other camera I'm going to use. And then I thought it'd be worthwhile trying it out. I've already got an alll anamorphic lens that I used to use when I used to do this show. And so I got one of these, small rig, little cage for the iPhone 10. Now they do have, you can get all the different other cases and stuff, but I wanted something that's a little bit more, basically just movie camera style. So we'll just unbox this one. Little bit of an unboxing show today. But this is the Pro Cage by Small Rig. And how's this one open? Oh, easy, just follow the handle up. And then, okay, cool bananas. Now this does have the adapters to use the moment lens as well. So if you've got the moment, they're obviously difference to that one. That's I think a 17mm thread, and with the moment it's got that 2-prong barb setup. So if you've got moment lenses, you can use these, and basically I'm going to give this a crack and hopefully it works. Okay, so it goes in from the end. That's pretty cool. Wowee. Now, the other reason I went for this one is the fact that it's got, oh, I've got a bit of sweat in my eye, excuse me. It's got the light mount here too. With the moment, most of your phone cases and stuff like that, yeah, they're good for a drop and they're very aesthetic. But with this one, I can mount my little lume cube or one of my lights. I can get on there and just whack that on there as well. So I've got the light set up. I've got access to the button, the power button there. I've got access to my volume buttons and stuff like that. You've also got all these threaded holes so you can add on stuff. If you're going to use it in a, say, a gimbal, I can whack this now in my Siri gimbal and have that fully set up and ready to go. So I think that will be very cool. So here's your two adapters they give you. So this is the 17mm, 37mm to 17mm. So you've got the two size adapters there. And this one will be the moment one, which I don't have any moment filters as yet. So you can, hopefully you can see there, you've got the two barbs on here. So that's the moment style one. And that basically should screw in. Yep. So these are just like threaded setup. So you can put it on either lens, whatever lens you want to use on the back of your phone. For the iPhone 10, obviously. There's two cameras. There's a normal and the thing. I'll go to camera so I can set this up. Let me just check which one we want to go to. Yep, that's one. I want this. Okay. 37. Excuse me. Beauty of unboxings when they're live. Yeah, so I thought it'd be a good little option and a good way to just try something different as well. And then that should screw straight in. Oh no, it doesn't. I'll work that out in a second. But anyway, so you've got your adapters there. I think that's actually big, so that's 17mm, so that must be smaller. There you go, that's why. I need the adapter. I'll work it out. That's all good. So you've got two options, and then I've got a video camera, lights. I've got threaded inserts for all your different adapters and stuff like that. And I think that I can go and use that as a pure video camera. So I think that'll be pretty darn cool. Rightio, that's that. Let's get that out of the way, and I'll have to find out how to get that adapter. Probably need to buy another adapter. The joys. Anyway. Right, let's get some news out the way. Nikon rumors, some big stuff from Nikon rumors. A Z6S and a Z30 aren't far off. The Z30 is obviously the big one. A small little APS-C camera below the Z50 range. Got some specs that they've sort of been bouncing out. There's sort of diagram images that you can see. 24 megapixel, it's got that DX format sensor. Due out in November 2020, so this year, just before Christmas, so we shouldn't be too far away. Only one SD slot for that little M30, or M30, Z30. HDMI, USB-C, doesn't say, rumors, again, nothing ever tells you anything about if you can record from the USB-C, which I'd hope. 24 frames and 30 frames, 40K, 4K video. 1080, you get up to only 60 frames a second. 3.2-inch LCD. Now, cost-wise, there wasn't a real lot on that, but I'm assuming we'll get closer. Once it gets closer, we'll start hearing a bit about the prices. They're also talking about a Z6S and a Z7S, but Z7S will be down the track. The Z6 is possibly end of 2020, and they're saying it's now probably going to be pushed out to start of first quarter of 2021. That'll be a dual card, new battery, sort of increased performance type setup. So a little bit fresher update for that Z6 range, which ain't that old, but it's obviously they're trying to keep up with what's happening. So good to see them doing some stuff. Now a Z8 has been spotted out and about as well over on Nikon rumors they've seen. A 61 megapixel sensor, dual CF express cards, 5.5 stops of image stabilisation, high res mode of 240 megapixel images. ISO range goes from 64 to 25,000, and you can span that up to 102,000. Nikon do a really good job with their ISO. So mate Benny, that video me and Benny did, he's got the Z6 and that went up to 100,000, and it was just amazing how much you could do. We were pitch black, and it just about nearly made it daylight. It was amazing sort of what you could do with that full frame and that with that Nikon camera. It's very, very cool. And again, sometimes early 2021, we should hear about that as well. So maybe second quarter, that first quarter, maybe the Z6S update. But yeah, Z8, Nikon's trying to bring out a big player, something I guess to rival the R5s and the A7Ss. They're fighting hard. It's a tough market and there's a lot of great cameras out there. So it'd be interesting to see what they do. Now, Sony's got a big release live on YouTube on September the 15th, 9 a.m. Perth time. They're saying it's possibly this A7C. Now, we said that it wasn't going to be an A7C. This is that camera we talked about was going to be the vlogger's camera. So the specs on it, that 24 megapixel sensor, an A7S3 screen. So that's pretty cool. Autofocus from the A7S3 as well, and that is amazing. Every video I've seen is just insane. The Canon R5 was pretty darn close behind it on autofocus, or very, very comparable. But that's Sony autofocus with the eye, and then the Canon with the bird and life and stuff. Both those cameras, the autofocus is insane. So if this vlogger's camera that Sony's coming out is going to have that, that is going to be a big, big feature. So very cool. 4K 30, it's going to be a similar style to the A6600, so that basically that square format. It's not going to have a big eyepiece or a body frame like this sort of DSLR type camera or the M50 or the M50. It's going to just be the flat, just a straight flat top. The EVF will be over in the corner with that style, so you'll see that basically part of the body. We'll have ibis. Again, we talked about it as a vloggers, so it's a whole new range. Pretty sure it's not going to be called A7. It's going to be some sort of YouTuber type name, or it's going to be something catchy like that. They're creating a whole segment for this, so it's going to be definitely something new. It won't be existing range numbers or model types. New battery, MP-FZ100. It's going to have USB Type-C. Again, no mention if you can record. I'd really like it if they could all start recording direct to SSD, so I could just plug it straight in the side. If you're doing film and video anyway, you're going to have some sort of a cage on it or an L bracket or something you can mount an SSD to and then plug straight in. Then your SSD is just a backup card. That would be insane. You get ridiculous, then you get up to like 1,000 megabytes a second transfer speed, super fast, and I think it's definitely the way forward. It's I'm not sure why they haven't all sort of switched over to that as it is, so hopefully this might be the first one. Sony's a bit of a good, if it's going to be vlogging, that's definitely a great way they could do it, so fingers crossed. Single SD card, again, so that's why I'm hoping that there might be, that USB-C might be able to record, so fingers crossed. Mic and a headphone jack, so it's got dual, that's pretty cool. M50's got the mic, but it doesn't have a headphone jack, so that's a pretty good idea. Wi-Fi, Bluetooth, I think it's 11AC, I'm not sure if that's the model, the version where it's what pronounced or defined as Wi-Fi 6. You would sort of hope and envisage that it is. Now the price they're saying is around the A7 III, so or above that. So for us Australians, that's $2,900 Australian off the Sony website. So you'd be looking at a vlogger's camera, YouTuber, which is I guess what I'm doing, for $3,000 just for the camera. Now it's going to be the Sony mount, so you're going to need the glass and all that to go with it. That's a pretty darn expensive camera. I'm not sure what vloggers that start out that are going to be doing that are going to be going into $3,000 body territory. It's a lot of moolah, so I'm expecting if it is that sort of price range, it's going to be a really good camera. So again, it's got that, if it has that autofocus in there and pretty much all the other normal features, if they whack that SSD in there, this is going to be a really nice camera. It's going to have to be for the price because that's a pretty nasty price. Now also they're going to be releasing some new lenses as well, compact versions. First will be a travel zoom, a 28 to 60, Tony 4.5 to 5.6. So I guess similar to what you get with most kit lenses. They're not a really fast lens. They're more of a decent range zoom, that mid-range zoom, and then sort of good. So it's not going to be amazing for low light, but it's going to be small and light. So, and that's the thing I get. You get a $3,000 camera, which ain't an entry level by any means, but then you get a cheap lens. That's a bit strange. If you're gonna market as vloggers and you hit them up for $3,000, well then you need to at least put a $1,000 lens on there, if not more. Maybe a $1,200 lens, $1,500 lens. I'd go like at least a 50% value ratio for a mid-tier sort of thing. M50 $600. The 16mm Sigma is $600. So that's a 100. So if you're gonna go to a cheap lens, it's a little bit strange. So you're not gonna want a $3,000 lens, but if you did a $1,000 to $1,500, you're gonna get a really nice lens from a Sigma or someone like that. You could probably get an Art series easily secondhand. So I'm not sure why, if those lenses will sell if they're that sort of mediocre, I guess you could say. Anyway, we'll see what happens with that. It might change when it comes out, but we'll know all on the 15th. So that's not far, that's next week. So just stay tuned for that. You can set a reminder on YouTube. There's a video already set up there. If you're not on the Sony Alpha web YouTube page, I think it is, you can go and set yourself a reminder and wait for that one. Now, Samsung is hit the jackpot. Obviously, with Huawei out of the picture in Australia, US, and a few other countries where it's been banned. In the States, the contracts to do the 5G wireless for all the big companies, a la Verizon, has come up, and it's big dollars. Samsung's hit the jackpot. They've got the Verizon deal to spread all the 5G and set this network up. $6.6 billion US cash little money grab. So as much as Huawei's getting smashed, and they were I guess the leaders there for a while for 5G, well, Samsung stepped in and taken more of that market off. That everything that's Huawei's lost, it seems like Samsung's taken over. So I'm sure Samsung's value is going to go up with the stuff they've been doing lately. They are definitely doing very well and ready to fight Apple all the way. Now, speaking of big events, the one we've all been waiting for, there was rumors it was going to be pushed back, the phones and this and that and all this. Well, Apple's finally announced the event that we've all been waiting for. Everyone's been talking about for the last 12 months since the last one. September the 16th, 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, Australia. So that's 1 a.m. in the morning for us guys in WA, or if you're in Hong Kong and you're watching, or listening on the podcast. So yeah, September the 16th in Australia. It's 3 a.m. on the East Coast, and it's going to be 1 a.m. in Perth. And if you're in the middle, it's probably going to be about 1:30 to 2 o'clock. So around that. It's a 2-hour show. So yeah, I guess if you were going to stay up and watch it, probably a good time to pull a sickie and not go to work, because I'd say you'd be stuffed by the time you get in there. I've got to fly to work, so I definitely won't be up to watch it, but I'll be able to watch it that night. Hopefully I'll be able to watch it in my lunch hour and stuff and get what it's all about and be able to feed that to you. So next Wednesday evening, once you get back to work, it should be a big show, and we should have a heap to talk about on Apple. And yeah, we'll have the Sony the day before, on the night before I go back. That's going to be, so 2 big days, next Tuesday, next Wednesday, massive shows. You got Sony's release, and then you get the big Apple release with all the phones, Apple tags, whatever else they're going to decide to release. That should be a big one. Now, Canon has announced, caught being tested at the moment, a monster lens, a 14 for the RF mount. Everything's RF at the moment. Canon 14 to 21 mils. Tony 1.4, so just insane. It's currently getting tested. It's out and about with the hand-selected photographers. So astro-wise, that's the big rumor. This is going to be a bit of a monster in regards to that. Super fast glass at 14 mil to 21. That's just it's going to be a really good landscape lens. There Canon rumors. I think everyone was talking about how much it was going to cost. there was rumors from about 3 to 4,000 US bucks for this lens, and that's what sort of seems to be the general opinion. That's a mega, so that's probably a $5,000 lens for us poor old Aussies with our crap dollar. So yeah, that's going to be pretty interesting, and we'll see what happens to that. But yeah, if you've been looking at buying a super fast wide-angle lens for your RF mount, say R5 or R6, and you've been wondering for something, it's coming. Maybe end of this year, maybe early 2021, but it probably not that far away. Definitely worth waiting before you make a decision. This is sounding like it's going to be a bit of a beast. Right, last but not least, a big day, always away. You're flying home, stuffed, no sleep, and you get all this amazing news. GoPro 9, this is probably a couple of days over. I did sort of, had it in my notes, and for some reason I didn't mention it. GoPro 9's been spotted. There's a box, and basically a box with all the specs. Looks pretty darn legit. However, it may or may not be accurate. It may be a really well done render. It may be just someone doing a fantastic job. But basically, GoPro 9, there will have the front-facing camera color, so you can see, picture yourself, so you can vlog with, or you can see what you're doing when you're setting up. So that's fantastic. That'll help them out a heap. 20 megapixel sensor, which is pretty insane. 5K 30, 4K 60, so awesome. And it's able to do a 1080 live stream. So with all COVID, I think they've put a few things in there in that regards. So it's available as a webcam. It's got webcam mode and that live stream as well at 1080. A couple of modes there to suit current situations, and also for maybe gamers or whatever you're doing, you can basically have this thing live streaming connected to your phone and just pumping it straight to YouTube and do live events while you're out in the water on your boat. You don't care about getting wet and all that sort of stuff, so that'd be cool. The pictures do look like they have separated that front lens. The GoPro 8 was a bit of a disaster with the fact that you couldn't remove the lens, change it, put different lenses on, or replace it. You had to basically send it back to GoPro and get a new camera if it broke, and get it fixed that way under warranty. So hopefully that's the case, because that's definitely a better idea. Then if you're getting nice filters like Polar Pro filters and stuff, they'll be able to just screw back on like the old My 7 and the previous versions. It was so much better, so easy to buy a new lens if you cracked it when you dropped it. Definitely a better way functionality wise. So, and I've never had a drama with it, so it's been really good in that escapes. It also has 8x slow-mo, so a little bit better slow-mo stuff there, which is really good. So that's good for the YouTubers and streamers. And it's going to shoot RAW as well, even better. I'm not sure how that's going to go with maybe LUTs and stuff like that, whether that's just RAW for the photos or RAW video. So you can maybe like do it in a like a Canon log or a Vlog or something like that. Whether they're going to bring out something similar to that, and you can maybe get some LUTs off GoPro off their website and buy packages like that. That might be pretty cool and a good way to, I think they should go down. Well, and also last but not least, on the bottom, this is all just coming off the side of this box that they had on there. Super photo HDR as well. So HDR sort of was a huge thing. It's gone away a lot lately because it can be very, very oversaturated HDR. I know when I'm editing my photos, I really try. Sometimes it's hard. You get caught up in the moment and you end up just blowing this thing out, and you walk away and come back and go, oh geez, what have I done? Start all over again. And I think sometimes HDR does push it a little too far. But it'll be interesting to see how good that dynamic range is and what it can do. Low light has always been if I got my 2 cents, low light's been its toughest thing to do, especially if I'm doing out and about doing night stuff. If they could, hopefully they've made it so it's got like a faster lens, so you can get a lot more low light in there. So that would be cool. And then how they're going to do their mics is going to be the next question. Obviously nothing on the box in regards to that, but the microphone accessory add-on that they brought out last year was pretty much a disaster. It took forever to come out for anyone to get it. And people that tested it said it was pretty much rubbish. Yeah, so they really just need a good waterproof microphone jack in there, so you don't have to put the stupid box that you have to do with the 7 and that add-on on. If you could come up with a way where just you got a simple plug in with your normal Rode or something in there, so you can just plug it straight in, that would be perfection. So it's coming, that won't be far, that'll be out this year too, before Christmas. So we've got the GoPro 9 coming with a lot of good features and a lot of stuff we need to wait and see how it comes out. And that's it. I need to work out this lens for my phone and get some sleep. Rightio. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you all tomorrow on Thursday's show. If you're coming, going, I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.